Hey Haxsters, today we are going to be installing a ceiling fan from Comey LED. They sent me this one so we can upgrade this old system here. I'm going to show you how simple it is to install. You need a couple screwdrivers, flathead, Phillips. If you have a drill, it'll make your life a little bit easier when you're trying to install the fan blades. We're going to take the old one down. We have two wires, hot and a neutral. Our ground is here on our actual mounting bracket. There's one up in the ceiling already similar to this. That's what's holding up the current fan. We need to get this guy down, and then we'll start putting the new one up. I know it's hard to see, but there are screws up here on this top cover. You're just going to unscrew those. Then there's one that you don't have to take all the way off. Just loosen it up, turn, and this part comes down. We need to turn off our power so we can start disconnecting everything. Depending on the type of fan you have, mine is on a double switch, so there's two hots, two neutrals coming in, one to control the lights, one to control the fan. With this new system, we're only going to be using one. So I'll be putting it on the light switch. The remote control will control the fan, lights, and everything else. Let's get this power off and start disconnecting our electric. Let's see, we've got our neutral coming in, our hot, and then we have our second hot and our ground. So we're going to disconnect all these here. We're going to cap the red because that is our secondary switch, and we're not going to be using that one anymore. Simply wire nut, takes it off, put the wire nut back on, hold it in place so you know where it's at. Take this one off, same thing, disconnect the lines from the old fan, put that wire nut back on. We are actually going to cut off the outer wire because we don't need any of that exposed anymore. It would make life easier if it's completely closed up. And then our ground. That is off. The way these mounts work, I'm going to show you. So the way these mounts work, you've got a cup where your ball is going to go and lock, and then you have an opening. But to get it off, lift up slightly over the side, and the whole unit can come down. Now we need to take off the old mount. Having a drill gun can make it a lot easier because some of these screws end up being pretty long. That's our old mount down. We bring our new mount up. They supply you with some washers. We're going to use those because it is a bigger hole than before. So put a washer on each of our screws. Then we bring up the new mount. You don't have to send these screws all the way home yet. Just get them started so it's up there. Up there nice and put those screws in nice and tight. There we go. Make sure you got all that wire out of the way. We can hook up our ground. Get the two wires in your nut and lock them in. And that can get tucked up and out of the way. Then we bring up our new fan. Same thing. You have the ball. It's going to go up over the top and it sets down, and you cut our extra ground in there. Bring the ground back out and add your second ground from the fan. Tuck that back up out of the way. Now we bring up our control unit. Black is your hot, white is your neutral. Start with the white and our black hot. Get all these tucked up out of the way. Slide our control unit in here. There's a notch for this line to come out, so you can go above it. Sorry about that. Battery died on me, but got a new battery in, so we're going to get up here and get this all finished up. Now it is time to start installing our fan blades. To do that, they're going to go into these slots here, all the way around, and there's 3 screws on each one. Let's get these off and start getting these up. This is where having the drill gun makes your life so much easier. You can still do this by hand. It'll just take longer. I will catch back up with you in a second and we'll start getting these blades up. You got 2 different sides, either the silver or the wood grain. I'm going with the wood grain. You're just doing that all the way around. So I will see y'all in here just a second and we'll start installing that light. All right, we are at the final steps. We're going to be installing our light. There are 3 screws here. You need to take those out, bring your light up, feed the wire through. There's a hole in the middle. Feed that through there. Bring it up. Put those screws back in. First one started. Work your way around and get them all just started to begin with. Once you get them all started, screw them all the way up and tight. It's a very simple single connection. And have the clip part facing down. Feed it up and in. All right, we got that in there. Then we just get our cover. And you got several little pins here. You're gonna line those up with the openings on your cover. And lock it down. All right, that is our fan up. Now we need to put batteries in our remote, turn our power on, and test everything. There's our light. Now we can test out our fan. Check to see if we're gonna need to add any weights to level it out. But we are looking good. All right, Haxsters, that's it for this one. You can see, fan going nice and strong, much better looking. That brings a lot more light with those LEDs over the old bulbs. Check out the link below and you can use the promo code in there, DIY Haxster, and you get this fan at an amazing deal. Check out Comey LED, their fan, and other product lineup. Till next time.